Hello, Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell, per usual, on this good Thursday morning. It is October the 2nd, 2025, and it is currently 10:06 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. Well, I'm just leaving the eyeglass place because my kids' appointments were canceled. However, they couldn't call me and tell me that because the lady never updated our numbers, even though I specifically gave it to her, and I know she can hear me perfectly fine because we have called off Alex's phone. But I be knowing that people be watching my Facebook pages and shit like that anyway, because I can always tell by the little stuff that people say, and that is just so hilarious to me. But anyway, people be wondering when I'm going to stop making videos. I'm going to stop making videos when people stay out of my fucking business and when I get me a house that belongs to me and I want to be private. But as long as I'm living in anybody else's house and y'all always up in my business, I'm going to be on camera. Because I'd rather be on my camera talking about my business than on y'all cameras and on y'all statuses where y'all trying to talk about my motherfucking business. And because I know who I am and y'all be watching me and shit, I'm going to get on this motherfucker every goddamn day. Me and my kids that don't go to fuck to school. So, yes, we damn near a reality TV show. Anyway, I could tell somebody went through my Facebook page yesterday and was reporting of videos and shit like that because I got the notifications this morning. And somebody tries to be funny like, well, I get paid for posting on Facebook. I do too. People just be stealing money. And that's why Mark Zuck owed me money right now when I was in the middle of a settlement with Facebook or whatever. And creating content and stuff is the new way of living, if you want to be technical. And everybody else who got a job, y'all just essential workers. But it always be the people who got jobs that be telling other people to get a job that don't be doing their job. And I noticed that about people. Like, everywhere I go, it's always a bitch talking about having a job and they be the ones not doing their job. Not trying to be funny, but it's just crazy. People would be so hypocritical that I can't stand it. That's why I got to get on here and talk about motherfuckers. Even though it seems I have everything, I don't want to be a lonely fool. That's what I'm channeling right now. All of you and me, all of the, and you don't see you. I don't even know what that song that is. Even though it seems I have everything. Storm warning. Oh, I knew I was going to see this card. I don't celebrate Halloween because I just don't. I really don't care to celebrate none of the holidays, but I really don't celebrate Halloween because I think it's very demonic. And people be doing rituals on Halloween and opening portals and shit like that. But my 6-year-old Mally, he's never been trick-or-treating. And I said I was going to take him this year. And I said I was going to be Storm for Halloween. And I was going to get the storm warning card. But I said I was going to dress up as Storm.
I'm saying it's the mirror. It's the mirror. I know.
Mally, right.
No, I did.
First of all, my kids had got on my nerves so bad this morning. They was in here being typical teenagers, arguing and shit, acting like they want to fight and tear down the motherfucking house. And I cannot stand that. But that's normal shit. Normal life shit. Especially when you got multiple kids or whatever. But I be having to tell them, first of all, this is my brother's house. Y'all can't be in here trying to tear up the house, fighting and shit. Because if it was our house, I'd have to let them rumble. Why you walking, fool? House fire. Give me that. House fire. See? House fires. Remember we used to have Angels Night on Halloween? People need to bring back Angels Night or whatnot. Or just take it. I don't be seeing nobody patrolling the streets. But it was to make sure that the kids were safe and things. And it was a real bad time where people would set houses on fire on Halloween, and I don't understand who came up with the idea, but I told you Halloween is very demonic because people made it that way, for one. But when you get into spirituality, you know that you start learning things like on Halloween, people do rituals and they open up portals and things like that. So they do spells. Okay? So yeah, me and my kids don't celebrate Halloween like that. I haven't celebrated Christmas either, and it's not because I haven't been working or anything like that. Christmas is not about Santa Claus and buying a whole bunch of gifts one day out of the year and celebrating the birth of Jesus when you ain't giving Jesus no gifts. Y'all don't even be giving Jesus praise. Y'all don't even be saying thank you half the time to God on Christmas because you be too busy trying to worry about if you got everybody the gifts that they asked for. Taking the real meaning of Christmas, God, Jesus, Mary and Joseph and everything out of the equation. That's why I haven't been celebrating Christmas, lady. It has nothing to do with my finances.
Stop.
See, this say short but slow learning and learning disability. But people don't know that. People be so quick to talk about things that they don't know and that they don't understand. Oh, she ain't have no job since such and such and such and such. That's why she don't celebrate Christmas. That's not true. That's not true. It's the meaning behind it of why I haven't been into it. And I've noticed why I haven't been celebrating Christmas for the last couple of years. The people who have been around me that have still celebrated Christmas, do you know that's the most stressful time of the year? A time where we should be thanking God and worshiping and showing our family love and all that is the most stressful time of the year for a lot of people because they're stressing out about paying all of their bills at the same time as well as providing gifts for people who don't even deserve them. Kids that don't deserve them, friends that don't even deserve them, everything. They be wasting their money, but they be stressed out at the same time. And studies have shown that a lot of people go into debt right after Christmas and right before the new year. Which makes no sense. For what? Buying toys that kids don't even care to play with or they break up. They last a couple of months. Same thing for the clothes and everything like that. But it's so much going on in the world where we could be really investing into other things. But we be talking about it's Christmas. We celebrating the birth of Jesus. Well, if that's the case, why we ain't throwing Jesus a birthday party? Giving up praise and offerings and things like that. What the fuck we stressing out and going broke over buying kids gifts for? Is the point that I was trying to make. But everybody be trying to take everything that I say and just twist up my words or try to make it about me. And it's just observation. I just be stating observations. And people be wanting to take it so personal. But you know why y'all take a lot of stuff that I say personal? Because it be facts. Do you know that I don't hardly know half the people that watch my videos? I have 40,000 views right about now. As far as people coming to check my page, whether it's for looking at my pictures, watching some reels, looking at videos, or reading statuses, whatever the fuck these 40,000 people that view my page monthly are doing, I know none of them. I don't know none of them. I don't have no friends. That's why I don't care to use my phone. This phone that I'm on, it works perfectly fine other than the speaker is messed up. And you can clearly hear me good as day. If somebody called my phone right now, the problem is not that you won't be able to hear me. You will be able to hear me crystal clear. I wouldn't be able to hear you unless I have some AirPods or Bluetooth headphones or if I'm connected to something. Because I can't hear out of my speaker. You can hear me perfectly fine, obviously, because I get on it every day and make videos. I don't have friends. I don't work a job. My kids don't even go to school right now. So it ain't nobody that I'm looking forward to talking to, so I don't really care to hurry up and rush and get a new phone. Now, I'm about to buy me a car. And when I buy me a car, then I'm going to buy me a new phone. And that's only because I'll be out and about. And therefore, if anything happens and I need to contact, let's say, emergency roadside assistance or something, or my kids need to call me or something, then that's when I'll be getting the phone. And technically, I will be having my phone hooked up to the Bluetooth because I'm going to have a newer car anyway. So my phone will be hooked up to the Bluetooth of my car. I still won't need a new one. And when I buy me a new one, I'm still going to use this one to make videos and shit. Maybe I won't, because this one is a little bit hacked. But you see, it's not a necessity to me. A lot of things that you guys consider to be necessities, they're not necessities to me because I've lived life and I know what's important and what's not important. And half the shit that y'all think is important is not important to me. As long as my kids are alive and they're healthy. Hey. Oh, Lex. Y'all see Lex hair is red. I dyed it. And it came out really good. Stop! But, I don't, the stuff that y'all be finding to be important.
Mommy, can I see that?
Thank you. These are my grand dogs. Look at my purse, baby. These are my grand dogs. Thank you. I appreciate that. They said that y'all look really cute, grand dogs. Wait, back up. Everybody know who you is.
Mom, y'all been singing up there actually.
Come here. Give me a hug. I just love my baby, too. I don't care how big my baby get. He is going to be my baby. And he ain't even know.
Mommy, I don't...
You rude, Cosmo. Walk right into Lancy. Another boy.
Mari, come get your jeans, son. For the dogs been tore them up.
Oh, I'm not a dog abuser. Let him get out the way. Mommy, that's not me.
I can't control us.
I didn't put it in my pocket. I never even got a chance to use it.
I'm matching Fifi fur. My pants matching Fifi fur.
Your pants matching Fifi's fur?
Yeah. Let me get behind. What's in my tongue? I'm inside it. What's in my
That's strange. I don't want to be a lonely fool. I don't understand.
Mom.
The pockets of my jacket, yeah, so.
Bro, why would you... I'm not gonna punch you.
What?
Don't do that.
Wait, that looks like my hand is on fire.
Here.
It's cold.
Even though it seems I have everything, I don't want to be alone.
Now he's walking to the
But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Now I had to find my baby edge control, which I asked her could I use, but I didn't get a chance to use it because we was running late this morning. I was hoping that they could have went to their eyeglass appointment because my baby needs some new glasses, but they were able to order her a replacement, so that's perfectly fine. We can wait till March to go and get the eye exam, or I can pay for it later on this month out of pocket or whatever, so that'd be cool. But, oh, I know, I was talking about not hey, sit down. I was talking about not celebrating the holidays and why I don't really care to, but I don't keep things away from my kids. Like, my kids know that Santa Claus is not real. I never taught them to believe in Santa Claus. My mom never taught me to, do you have any cane corsos? I think I seen one on your lives. Those cane corsos, they were actually running down the street and they came up to the porch with my dogs because my dogs was on the porch. And they came over here and I kept them. And I put them on my lives and I said, hey, do anybody know whose dogs these are? And a guy, he eventually ended up driving down the street saying that he was looking for them. He said that they had some chips in them though, so I was wondering what took him so long to find them. I had them for about 3 or 4 days. But he finally did come to pick them up. And I returned them to the owner, so yeah. They were so sweet though, I love them so much. And I try to check up on them or whatnot. But yeah, I returned them. You know what? Speaking of that, Somebody gonna ask me, like, why would you give him back his dogs and not even take no money? You should have made him give you some money. First of all, cane corsos are very expensive dogs. Somebody would kill you about some shit like that. Second of all, one of my dogs had ran away one time, and his name was Bruno. And me and my kids loved Bruno. And he ran away. He ran away when we lived off of Philadelphia, Dexter and Joy Road. And I happened to see a man walking him. And I'm like, hey, sir, that's my dog. He like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. He was like, if it's your dog, call him then. He's like, because I got him trained. He had had my dog for about 2 months. And he had trained my dog to be very aggressive. And he was like, he don't even let nobody touch him. This ain't your dog. I said, Bruno, come here, Bruno. And Bruno ran right up to me. He was like, oh, that is your dog. He was like, well, I'm sorry. I can't give you this dog back because my kids love this dog. I said, that's my dog. My kids love that dog too. And he would not give me my dog back. I see him later. I'm like, I tell my baby daddy, I'm like, ow, this man got Bruno. Stop biting him. I'm like, ow, this man got Bruno or whatever, and he basically won't give him back. He like, Bruno ran away. We seen him again walking by the flamingos off Joy Road in Dexter. And I'm like, there go Bruno right there. And he was like, I'm sorry, I just can't give y'all dog back. And my feelings was so hurt. And I told the kids, I'm like, well, at least we know he's still alive. So when I seen the guy came to get the cane corsos, and he was telling me, like, yeah, these my daughter's dogs, blase splee. I'm not about to be like, oh, well, you got to give me some money first. Like, what? Give this man and his daughter their dogs. Like, people love their animals. I love my dogs. If my dogs run away, I want somebody to return them. So I just kept them. I fed them, gave them water when it was thunderstorming outside. I brought them in the house, in the basement and stuff, so that they wouldn't be all wet and fucked up. And I took care of them until their owner came to get them. Because that's the kind of heart that me and my kids have. I'm not about to be forcing or begging nobody for money because I returned something that belonged to them in the first place. You know? So, yeah. And I'm a firm believer in if it belongs to you and I know it belongs to you or you got proof, then I'm going to give it to you. That's just like people, they don't treat me the same, though. Like, people know stole from me, know they stole from me and won't return my shit. So that's why I be taking everything personal. Somebody stole a whole bunch of money from me and won't return my shit. But I even consider that when I'm thinking about dogs. I'm going to return this man's dogs. But they were so sweet anyway. And I love them. So every blue moon, I'll text him like, hey, how are the dogs? You know, just checking up on them because I had a little bond with them over the 3 or 4 days. And my kids love them. Stop.
I'm trying to stop her from messing.
So, yeah, but thank you for asking. I don't have them, though. And they were 2 boys anyway, so it's not like that they were making cane corso puppies or anything. I think they probably was 2 brothers that came from the same litter, and they just stick together. So, yeah. Well, it's nice to see that people actually do watch my lives because, you know, people be trying to make it seem like they don't. And I have been waiting for somebody to respond for the longest about the dogs, and nobody had ever responded. But he did. He drove up the street to get them. Sit down. Sit it down, grand dog. Sit it down. Relax. But, yeah. Not celebrating the holidays. Those are the reasons why. Those are the reasons why my kids never believed in Santa Claus. But when they go to school and stuff, I tell them don't ruin Santa Claus for anybody else. Like, my kids have siblings. They got like 12, 13, however, they got a lot of siblings. I don't say, well, hey, when y'all go to your daddy's house, tell them kids Santa Claus is not real because that's not my place. When you go to school, you don't do that to people because everybody has a free will to think what they want, celebrate what they want, and everything like that. However, I teach my kids that. And the real meaning behind Jesus and everything. So we're not big on Christmas like that. However, if it's something that they see that they like and I can afford it and I can get it and it's Christmas time and it's on sale or something like that, then I'm going to get it. But I ain't about to come here wrapping it up, putting bows on it and talk about no fat ass, thieving ass white man broke into our house and left gifts. That don't even make sense. So it's like certain shit I just don't put into my kids' head because it's dumb. And then you know how many kids get their feelings hurt when they actually grow up and then they have to realize like Santa Claus isn't real? They be devastated. That's dumb. Why would you even teach your kid a lie? But that's the problem with us now anyway. We were taught lies. We were brainwashed. So it's hard to break the generational curses. That's why I don't do it. Not because I'm bitter or want to be walking around like I'm Ebenezer Scrooge or nothing like that, because I don't. It's just that it's common sense. In reality, I want my kids to be very sensible. And this is the type of stuff that I be saying, like, what did we watch last night, y'all?
I don't know what it's called.
I Am Somebody's Child, the Regina Lewis story. Me and my girls had watched that last night. And, you know, it's kids like that, speaking of Christmas, that just are not, they don't even come from happy families and shit. Let me not get into too much. Anyway, she didn't have the opportunity to go to school. For real. She wanted to go to high school. The system wouldn't even let her go to high school. Okay?
Scared.
She taught herself how to read and be smart by reading the dictionary. That's how she learned how to learn what words mean and everything, and teach herself, basically. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't have a dictionary. My daughter, she watched the movie last night. She's like, Mommy, now I want a dictionary. So I'm going to buy my daughter a dictionary. But kids these days, they don't know about dictionaries and encyclopedias and stuff. We just automatically go to Siri, Google, Wikipedia, and things like that, which is perfectly fine. But my daughter did say she wanted to get a dictionary. However, we have to sit down and actually teach ourselves a lot. Because the way that the system is set up, they will continue to brainwash us as well as our children. Good morning. I'm still waiting on you. Why you want to send me the emojis? But, sorry, no, I'm just playing. But yes, good morning, honey. We teach ourselves. And I'm a firm believer in teaching myself because I wasted time in school being taught bullshit. We waste time in life being taught bullshit, like even from church and stuff. But when you really sit down and read a book, even if it's an encyclopedia or even if you're reading something off of the internet, you have to teach yourself a lot, and it takes a lot to dig in and go deep into research. You know, the world that we live in, people are so superficial. Somebody had tried to get me to get my son to go to a school. My oldest son, Mir. They like, and yeah, as soon as he get out of school, our school right across the street from the plant, we send the high schooler straight into working in the plant. You should really get him in this program. He'll be making money. He'll be a slave, being sent to like a plantation. Because they have it stuck in our heads that you got to get a job, got to get a job, got to get a job. When you spend so much time working for somebody else, you never have enough time to do exactly what you want to do, to invest in yourself, because you're continuously investing your time and energy into somebody else's company, that you can't take the time to sit down and invent something and put in that time, blood, sweat, and tears of hard work to do it on your own. And that's another thing that life has taught me too. Granted, it takes money to make money, and sometimes you got to go work a job in order to invest into what you want to do. You can get sucked into that. I'm not telling my kids to go work, go to high school, then go graduate, and it's a bonus to go straight into this plant. No, it's not. And I give the example, like a lot of people be like, oh, it's good to go into Ford, Chrysler, this, that, and the other, which those are good jobs. And they have good benefits and things like that. But a lot of people who work at those places, they don't even drive a Ford or a Chrysler. Some of them still can't even afford their rent, let alone a car note. That type of shit is what don't make sense to me. And I was saying, like, people be wondering, how do I live my life with no job or no source of income that people can physically see and stuff like that, and if I'm living at my brother's house or something right now. But first of all, I can't take none of that personal, because you got to know my story, and a lot of people do. That's why they hate on me so much. But it be you motherfuckers that go to work every day that's really the ones that struggle. And it's the people who don't have jobs that really ain't struggling that much. That's why they say Y'all need to relax. That's why they say living in America, you either need to be rich or you need to be poor. Because the middle class suffer the most. The ones who go to work and do all of that type of shit. Because the rich people, they bank off the poor people. And poor people, they want you to stay so wrapped up in the matrix and shit that they giving you shit like food stamps, Section 8 and all that type of shit. But when you actually going to work, paying taxes, paying bills, car notes, and everything like that, you're the one who's struggling the most. That doesn't mean that you're not trying to do something good, though. In your head, I went to school. I got a degree. I got a good job. But then you're not realizing, like, damn, now I got this job. I'm struggling paying my bills. I got student loans up the ass. This is going on. That is going on. Stop fighting. You have all of that. Some people, they be struggling to get to work. Damn, I don't even got no gas to get to work. A bitch like me who ain't got no job, I don't got to worry about that. Oh, damn, I got a job, but my car getting repoed. Damn, I got to go to work. I don't got no money to eat lunch today. You're going to work struggling. You're going to work struggling. You know why? Because you invested too much of your time into a company that don't give a fuck about you. If you was to die today, they were going to replace you and hire somebody else. So why is people stressing out about stuff like that? Because the way that the world is, society makes us believe that that's how you're supposed to live life. That don't even make sense. Places like Check and Go, Advance America, Check Cash, and places and loan places, who keeping those people in business? You motherfuckers that go to work. And then, let's say you go there, you borrow $200 and I don't really know how it works, $260. Now you got to pay back $380 or however it goes. So you doubling up the money. You are the ones keeping them in business. Not us who don't got a job. We ain't going to take out loans. It's you motherfuckers who go to work that's taking out loans. And then you're constantly in debt because you got to keep on paying somebody back. That doesn't make sense. So you really got to stop and think about this shit. You're keeping the rich rich and the poor poor by being, and you're becoming poor, whether you know it or not. And I don't got no debt. I don't have no debt. I take that back. $300 worth of debt. Because T-Mobile is bullshitting. And so is credit acceptance. But credit acceptance ain't on my credit report. That's why they need to stop sending me mail and shit. Because it's been removed. But T-Mobile just popped up there. Talking about some $1,300. But even if so, $1,300 worth of debt ain't shit. Opposed to what a lot of you motherfuckers who go to work got. It's crazy to me. It's crazy how they really got y'all out here thinking. But it takes you to sit back and think about this shit. Because I used to be like that too. I used to have 40 hours overtime in my checks. Meaning I worked 40 hours on top of another 40 hours. I used to be like that. Working doubles and shit. Working afternoon shift to midnight shift. Or midnight shift to morning shift. Not seeing my kids sometimes. Guess what? So they can have a good Christmas. No. But I be paying attention to you people. Like I was recently talking to somebody or whatever, and he was so big on Christmas and shit like that. Oh, my daughter need this, and they on my head about this, but you don't even have a house. Christmas is your kids being able to come home to you for Christmas. Like, oh, I'm going to my daddy's house. Or I live with my daddy. You out here splurging on gifts and you don't have a home for your kids to come to. A car that all of them can fit in. At once. Don't even see some of them. And you talk about some Christmas gifts. That's dumb. But these the same people that was talking about me and shit. I just be noticing shit. And the people who be talking about me, I know you ain't on the couch. The people who be talking about me and shit, they don't even take care of their kids. Their kids don't even like them for real. They don't even be knowing what be going on in their kids' lives and shit. That's not something that nobody can ever say about me. Because all 5 of my kids, y'all see them walking around or running around in this house right now. I talk to them and everything. We don't always agree, but we can agree to disagree. One thing, my kids never got a question if I love them or not. And that's the best Christmas gift. Because it's kids out here that don't got no motherfucking love. It be kids out here with all the money in the world and shit. And them be the ones that be killing their mamas and shit. Killing their grandparents. Taking them off for insurance money. Or just because they hate them in general. It's the difference between being a provider and being a parent. So y'all be worried about the wrong shit when it comes to these holidays. Pick these up off the floor.
I don't know how these go.
Because Fifi was just jumping on the couch. But yeah.
Some is ripped up.
I know. Put it on the thing. I got to rewrite them anyway. But yeah.
Ow!
I just been mumbling. I didn't really have no channel messages or anything. I just was talking.
Wow. Wow. I need to pick up the ripped pieces too. Move.
But the way that the society is. The way that they be thinking that it got to be. And I be sitting around looking. One thing that God has allowed me to do since I haven't had a job working for nobody else since. The last job I had, I think I worked for, it was my second time working for Amazon. I had a client out in Ann Arbor, and I was taking care of him, but then my car was messing up, so I ended up working at Amazon in Pontiac, because I worked at Amazon twice, once in Livonia, once in Pontiac. And I only worked at the one in Pontiac for about 2 or 3 weeks because I'm not meant to work jobs. But anyway, the last job I had was in October of 2022. And it was for Amazon. So that was, 3 years ago. I haven't worked for nobody in 3 years. Yo, gap, so thank you. I appreciate that because I used to have very low self-esteem about having a gap. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But, hold on. Can't get mad at the city out there taking care of the streets. But, dang, I forgot about something. Anyway, working. I haven't had a job where I worked for someone in 3 years. And prior to that, I was working in between jobs because I was selling food and stuff. I kind of really didn't need one. So 3 full years I haven't had a job, and it has allowed me to sit back and notice so much that has been going on in the world. And I pray for my people because the system will have you so fucked up. And it's not that we are fucked up people. It's that we are a product of our environment and what we have been forced to deal with all this time. Not even just us, our parents, grandparents, and generations on back. We've been forced to deal with so much fucked up shit. And we trying to figure out how to make life easier in a world where people want you to stay in a fucked up situation. So even when people act irate or they do certain things, I sit down and I watch it and then I dwell on it for a minute. I observe them and everything. And a lot of people who do fucked up shit, they just really be out here trying to survive. Trying to live and trying to make it and shit. In a world that makes it so difficult. Especially if you're trying to do stuff the right way. And it is so sad. But you will look at people who just fucked up in the head and they don't care about nobody else. And those are the people who seem to be so successful. But God's people and good people in general, what you have to realize is that it's always a price to pay. And some stuff just be an illusion. So once you get that, life becomes easier. So granted, I walk around like I'm happy and everything is because I am. And I am because I'm not stressed out about all the extra shit that everybody else is stressed out about. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. and trying to impress everybody else who don't even care about you. I no longer live in that world anymore. So it looked like I just be walking around in la la land, not giving a fuck. And that's kind of true. Because my kids are up, they're breathing, they're healthy. They're not going through a lot of shit that a lot of kids is going through. Same thing for myself. So you got to find peace in things like that. You just do. Even down at our lowest. I'm talking about sleeping in the cars and shit like that. Me and my kids still don't, we never fell off like how a lot of people do who live in big ass mansions and shit. They walking around not even speaking to their mama. Don't even talk to their daddy. Me and my kids grew bonds in the fucking car. And it's not settling because we done had big, nice houses and everything like that. My kids done lost a lot of shit with me. But it's the love that we have for each other that a lot of people cannot relate to. You know how many people hate their parents? Hate their kids? How many kids is growing up with no love whatsoever? Speaking of the Regina Lewis story. How many people is stuck in the system, in the matrix, and can't get out? Kids is really stuck in foster care and shit. Or adopted by fucked up people. It's people in jail that never had a chance. I'm not that. It's people that's stuck in jail that's innocent. But when they tried to stick me in jail, I acted a motherfucking fool up in that bitch. They wanted to throw me the fuck out. Because you have to know your worth. It's certain people that the system, they prey on. Certain families and shit like that. And I noticed that not even just me and my kids. It's a lot of other people, a lot of families that are struggling just to get out the system. Me and my kids not in the system. And that's a hell of a lot to be thankful for. Because when you got to fight the system, it'll ruin your whole life when you can't get up out that bitch. I'm seeing a movie, it's not Us, but it's something. About the four black boys who was accused of raping that white girl or something. And they was in the system, but they never raped a girl. However, the police had them damn near lie and say that they raped her.
Mom.
A beetle. Step on it. Oh, kill it. Use my shoe, my boot right there. The boys, they made them admit to raping a girl, and they didn't. That happened to one of my friends. That's what I'm saying. People grow up in houses. From the outside looking in, they look like the perfect family. That happened to one of my friend's brothers. He did not rape this girl. He did not rape this girl. But he was accused of raping her. And the Detroit police didn't have no evidence on him for raping them. I should go to law school. I've been saying that. The police had no evidence on a rape kit or anything like that. And how do I know? Because my baby daddy's mama, her friend was a police officer. And he happened to be at the house talking about this. And they said, basically, he like, we don't even got no evidence on him. I don't know how we got this young boy in jail. Whole time, they never knew that that was one of my best friend's brothers. He got accused of raping a girl who was my neighbor, actually. They family was fucked the fuck up. But my friend, her family, you would think that they was the Cosbys, the way that they lived their life. Inside of that house, fucked the fuck up. Now, and I ain't talking about looks. They lived in a very nice house. But I'm saying them as a family can't stand each other. She hated her fucking mama. And her mama ain't give a fuck about the brother. So when they drug him and put him in jail, he ain't have nobody to defend him. Whole time he was innocent. He was reaching out to my friend, reaching out to them like they doing me bold in here. They fucking with me for no reason. And I was just listening to this and watching this, and I'm like, he didn't even do it for real. And I know that the police didn't have no evidence because the officer was sitting right here and said that they didn't. But they forced him, coerced him into saying that he did something that he didn't do. And he's still sitting in jail to this day. He went to jail when his son was born. He never even had the chance to see him. Because that's how the system will do you. And especially when you don't have parents and shit that'll fight for you and don't give a fuck. And that's what I be saying. My kids will never understand that. Because I'll go to bat for mine. Just like I'm going to do it for myself. So speaking of going to law school, you're right. Because innocent people, I cannot just sit back and see them be taken down for something that they did not do. But the world that we live in, the matrix, the shiesty government, that's the Antichrist. And when you're not surrounded by love because you bamboozled by everything else, Christmas, money, 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 and it's no love, you miss out on everything else. You have nothing else. And that's why they say money is the root of all evil. It's not. It's who hands money get into and the mindset that they have behind it. So, I don't know. Thank you, Mia or Maya. Red. But thank you. I really do appreciate that. You know, I try to be a good person. Life has taught me a lot. I don't want to be a fucked up person. I don't want to see people doing bad. Nobody. You know how they say I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy? I don't even wish stuff on my enemies. I can't even hold grudges or nothing because life has just taught me so much. And I ain't saying I always felt this way, but I've never been one for seeking revenge. I've always been a good person. I've always been sweet and everything like that. But I have learned even more along the way. Sometimes I was too sweet, actually. I used to be a pushover. People would just do stuff to me like, oh, Ali ain't going to do nothing. Ali ain't going to say nothing. That even taught me a lot. That's why I defend people the way that I do now. Because I was the pushover. I was the empath. I was the one who cared about everybody else. And I seen how people just didn't give a fuck about people. So that's what I'm saying too, if life taught me a lot. So granted, I'm still nice, loving, and caring. I don't let fuck shit go on. Not around me, not to the people that I love or anything like that. I stand 10 toes down to defend what I love. And that's priceless. Because it's fucked up when you live in a world where people won't defend you or they don't care about you. So yeah, speaking of the story, I Am Somebody's Child, the Regina Lewis's story. Y'all should watch that if you never had the opportunity to see it. Because it's about a girl who parents didn't want her. Her mother didn't want her. Her father didn't want her. So she was put into the system where she lived at a shelter. And one of the ladies wanted to adopt her. And the lady was a white woman. She wanted to adopt a black girl. The other, basically the CEO, the director of the shelter was black. And she wouldn't let the girl adopt her. Because she said a black girl doesn't belong to a white family. But this white woman really loved her. She really wanted to help her. But another black woman said no. And a black woman sent her to go and live in a hospital with all white people that damn near tried to kill her. Sometimes it be your own people. That's what I'm saying. It's fucked up to live in a world where somebody won't love you or defend you. And y'all be out here stressing out about shit like Christmas. You gotta push the unlock and push it again. Move your finger closer to the door. Closer over to the door of the microwave. Push the. Let me see. Oh. But yeah, to live in a world where people just don't care is just so fucked up. And some people would be so jealous. Like, it doesn't matter your skin color. That white woman loved her. She never had seen love before. Not from her fellow black people. The only black person who was in her life hated her. And you know why that woman hated her? Because Regina was smart. Because she stood up for herself, even though she had nobody to teach her anything. She taught herself by reading the dictionary. And I take it so personal because, granted, I came from a house of love. My mama just died early. My grandma died early. My daddy did. I came from love, but everybody who loved me is dead. So, I understood. I taught myself so much. Let me read. Let me do this. My grandma couldn't read. My mama died when I was 14. I had to go live with my grandma. My grandma didn't know how to read. So I was the one who did everything for her. I filled out her Section 8 papers. I paid her bills. I kept up on her life insurance. Anything she had to fill out that was important, I went to all her doctor's appointments. Because she couldn't read. I was 14. So I understand. But people be out here worried about, excuse me, the wrong shit. People be out here worried about the wrong shit. Y'all don't know what love is. And to be talking about God and Christmas, you don't even know who God is. So, yeah. I just be paying attention. In these last 5 years, I've been able to see so much. So much. Looking at kids, my kids, they got friends and stuff. I be listening to the stuff that they be talking about. Kids be going through a lot of shit. Some of these kids be going through grown people shit. Way worse than us. Exactly. Prime example, Lex. They be having a lot of shit on their chest. Real heavy shit. Like one of my kids' friends, they just lost somebody. As well as they going through something else that's extremely personal. That teenager, I guarantee you, he ain't thinking about no fucking Christmas gifts right now. When real life shit has just hit his heart and he's a kid. Y'all got it all fucked up. These kids don't got no support. Because y'all be worried about the wrong shit. Living for an image. Living for social media. Living to prove a point that you ain't fucking proving. That don't even got no meaning behind it. And it's sad. Because who the kids supposed to turn to? Oh, Santa Claus. Call Santa. The fuck? I can't.
Mommy, do you still need to use this in
We ain't going nowhere. I don't really care to do my edges. You could just put it up. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. Because people criticize me so much for the way that I think. But they just need to sit down and think for a second about everything that be going on in the world for real. But that's why I pray to God that my blessings come in. Because I always wanted to open up a homeless shelter. Or a community center or something. Where not only kids can come to. Because it's men. It's men out here that be needing help. That go through stuff. Do you know it's a lot of single fathers out here? And they have the hardest time getting shit like food stamps. Or Section 8 and stuff. The stuff that they love to throw to single mothers. Except me. Because I don't got Section 8, never had it. Or nothing like that. Or they barely want to give me the food stamps. But it be single fathers out here that really struggle. And don't nobody give a fuck. That's a man. Don't nobody need to be taking care of no man. Like a man is not a human still. And still need help. Especially when they're raising children by themselves. And just like a woman can't raise a man to be a man can't raise a woman to be a woman. So it takes a village. Everybody should be helping everybody. But the way that y'all think, y'all so fucked up. We all had the same opportunities. I ain't helping no grown ass man. He better do this, he better do that. Never knowing what that person been through. Or what they're going through. Or what they're trying to do. All you see is I got more money than them. I had to take care of my kids, bitch. Some kids spending the night at your house every other weekend is not you taking care of your kids. This is a full-time father who kid don't go to spend the night nowhere else. You know, people be so busy comparing shit without even looking at something, not even listening or paying attention. That's what I don't like. It's crazy though. It's crazy. And it's heartbreaking. But I've been watching so many people. Not judging, just watching, because it's everybody going through something. But what we don't realize is that together we stand and divided we fall. Black people is the only fucking people that can't come together and do shit. Mexicans, they come together, they live together, they teach each other how to do shit, they keep it in the family. Chaldeans and shit, they come over here, they buy up all the fucking gas stations, they getting all the money and shit. The fucking Chinese got all the goddamn nail salons. The Africans coming getting all the fucking hair salons and shit. They keeping it all in the family. And guess who money they taking? The black peoples. And guess what the fuck black people doing? Can't get along for shit and too busy worrying about fucking Christmas and shit. But you can't even help your family for real. But y'all think y'all doing something? That's why we're the minorities. That's why we were in slavery. That's why we were taken advantage of for so long. Because we don't love each other for real. We won't. If you loved your fellow people, you would build them up. There's bitches out here wanting to fight over niggas. This is your sister. Whether you came from the same mother or not. We're sisters by spirituality, by race, by culture. Y'all want to fight over niggas. Niggas want to fight over bitches. Y'all want to compete. Where is the love? And what are we teaching the kids? Guess what we teach them? How to stay in slavery. How to stay in the matrix. How to stay in broken families and fucked up homes and shit. But when I say that, people be like, oh, you're a racist. How am I racist? I'm black. It's just what I notice about my people. Brainwashed. I'm even looking at it right now in the hood. All these Mexicans coming over here buying up the houses and shit. Fixing them up. But they was abandoned in a black people's neighborhood for how long? Nobody wanted to start doing this shit. I wasn't blessed like everybody else. I didn't get a PPP loan, a SBA loan. And when pandemic and unemployment money was going around, I was working. So I didn't have all those extra funds. I would have been bought up some of these houses and sold them to families. Or made the rent cheap enough so that people can actually afford to live. But now look, y'all done ran through all the money, going on vacations and making seafood boils, as the joke go. Then nobody invested into nothing long term for real. And in the businesses that y'all did create failed. But you know why? Because you didn't have good intentions in your heart. You was trying to be better and competing with your family members and shit about who was going to have the best and most successful business. That you didn't make sure that your foundation was solid. And you know how your foundation becomes solid? When you know that you linked in with the people who you love. And that they going to have your back for real. But black people, we don't have that. Because y'all too busy trying to compete about the wrong shit. So that's what I've been noticing over the last 5 years, where I haven't been working. I've been working though. I've been working on myself and working on a master plan to figure out how to help change the minds of my people. How to get them to see the bigger picture. That's what I've been working on for the last 5 years. So I get on here and I tell my story every day. Because one day y'all got to get this shit. It starts within. It starts at home. It starts and ends with love. So if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. They make it seem like if you don't have money, you don't have nothing. And if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. No. If it ain't no love in it, it ain't shit. It ain't worth nothing, even if it is some dollars involved. It will come crumbling down when you don't have a strong foundation of love behind it. Y'all see that orb just fly past? You have to love. You have to have love. I'm speaking of my baby, he tell me, Mally, right there. My baby tell me he tells me that he loves me at least 50 times a day. No exaggeration. Mommy, I love you. Mom, I love you. Mom, do you love me? Thank you for loving me. My baby could never say that I don't love him. He would never have to question it. Some kids don't like that. And that's what I be talking about. So yeah. I don't know. I just had to get that off my chest. I am single. I am single.
Move. Hey, get down.
I am single. Waiting for love. Waiting for somebody who can realize what love really is. Because again, people think love is money. Oh, he can't buy me this. If he can't do this for me, he don't love me. If she ain't doing this, if she ain't doing that, she don't love me. And people think toxicity is love. I had one person tell me one time, I guess they had thought that I was going to compete for their love or something like that. A guy had told me that I don't love him because his baby mama, my baby mama would have called me 50 times, would have pulled up on me, busting out my car windows and everything. That's not love. First of all, if you say, hey, I'm with the fellas, or hey, I'm busy. If you say, hey, I'm with the fellas, hey, I'm busy or something, I'm going to be like, okay, call me when you're done. Call me when you leave, with the fellas or whatever. I'm not about to blow you up 15 times. I haven't did that shit since I was in my 20s with my baby daddy. Early 20s at that. I'm not about to blow your phone up 50 times. If you didn't call me back and you was too busy, okay. But if that keep on happening, then that means you're too busy for me and I'm going to be on to the next. I'm not coming to bust your windows and flatten your tires and blow your phone up, pop up at your mama house and shit. What the fuck? I'm not doing that. That's not love to me. That's harassment. So, that's what I'm saying. It's our culture and what people think is love and shit that I can't fuck with. So I be in the house chilling by myself. Me and my kids. I don't be out partying and mingling and all that with people who can't think like me. That's why I'm a homebody. That's why I be inside. I used to be out in the streets and not like going clubbing and shit like that. That's not what I mean. But I mean, I used to be outside talking to people and wanting to hang out with people and stuff. No. A lot of people now, y'all make my stomach hurt because of your mentality. That's why I be by myself. Not because I'm slow. Not because I can't make friends or anything like that. It's I pick and choose. I'm very choosy of who I give my time and energy to now. Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I wanted to be somebody's wife one day. I did. So, that's all. And I let my kids go. Anytime they ask, can they go with their friends and stuff, they go outside. My kids, they know how to network and mingle, okay? But I keep them safe. Where you going? Who you going with? Did you turn on your location? Something. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Your friend who you with better send me their location. I don't give a damn who location it is. Send it to me. I just pay attention to the world differently now. That's all. So, yeah, and when I do become somebody's wife, I'm going to be the same way about my stepkids. Where you going? How did you get there? Who you going with? Oh, that's not what we do. And I'm going to defend them just like I defend my own kids. And I watched another thing the other day on Netflix, the Gabby Petito story or something like that. And I was watching that story and I was watching her parents and her step parents as she had came up missing and shit. And that's what I'm saying. Baby, on day 3, we going out there. We not about to be sitting around her parents and step parents talking about oh, well, we haven't talked to her in about 10 days. Oh, hell no. Behind my kids and my step kids, bitch, we ain't talked to them in 10 hours. Get somebody to fuck out there now. Fuck the 10 days. What are you talking about? But it's all about how you love people for real. big on love. I'm big on love. And it might sound crazy, but that's why I don't got no family now. Because people be big on backstabbing and competing and shit. But I'm going to marry somebody or something one day, then I'll have a family. I already have 5 children. Me and my kids locked in. But I want love. I'm going to marry somebody, and that's how I'm going to create a family and generational wealth and shit like that. That's why they say blood don't be thicker than water sometimes. You have to create your own family. Because some people just don't want to leave the matrix. They like being stuck in this shit. But me and my kids, too elevated to be stuck in the matrix. But that's all I'm about to talk about today. I love you guys. I thank you for the comments. I thank you for the guys who stayed and you watched and listened and didn't judge or criticize. I appreciate you and I love you back. And I'm a good person. Like, if I see your comments, I will respond. Sometimes I see that I be getting comments and I'll get the notification that I have a comment. But then when I click on it, I can't see it. It says that it's there, but I can't see it. So if you ever feel like I'm ignoring you, that's why. It's because I can't see the comment for some reason. It's like somebody blocks my pages or something. So you can always inbox me. Sometimes I give away my number, you know, just for good reasons, talking, networking, and things like that. And shit, maybe somebody want to take me on a date, you know? So, yeah, I'm a good person. I'm a real person, too. I don't walk around thinking I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. So I'm real genuine and down to earth. When you see me in the Detroit streets, I probably be like, hey, how you doing? If nobody gave me the reason to act a fool, I don't be out here acting a fool. I'm very loving, you know? So, yeah. It's just when you rub me or my kids the wrong way, then I gotta show you that I can get nook if you buck. But, yeah. Anywho, talk to you guys later. Look, bye for me and my kids and my granddogs.
Bye, Facebook friends.
My son talk about bye, Facebook friends. But yeah, bye guys. Come talk to me. Come chat with me. Come smoke with me. I like to smoke with you guys. Come network with me. We can make business plans, ideas. I have great ideas. Look, you got the money. You know I got the time, missus. I like investors, sponsors. And I ain't talking about shopping sprees, stuff like that. I got good ideas. I got good ideas. Okay? That's the type of time I'm on. I want to spend my time enjoying time and helping other people too. Shit, somebody probably already got a business out there and want new ideas for their businesses. Like, I have great ideas. My kids be having great ideas. We're just very creative. So, I like to network. Let me know.